that this president was in on the game, that he used this process of negotiation to lull the Iranians into a false sense of complacency, that they honestly believed that this man wanted a deal and they were ready to give him a deal. Mr. Shamkhani, one of the closest advisors to the supreme leader and one of the negotiators in this process, had said days before the surprise attack that Iran was ready to sign a document, an agreement, a treaty that they would not seek nuclear weapons. They were ready to do this. They were ready to limit their enrichment to 3.75%. That's what's needed for the existing Bushehr nuclear power reactors, that they were ready to allow inspections inclusive of American inspector participation. Unprecedented. They were willing to do anything the United States and the international community needed done to show that they weren't pursuing nuclear weapons. And this president led the Iranians and Shamkhani to believe that that's the path he was taking. And yet all along, he was lulling them into a false sense of safety and security. And he laughed, bragged, was proud of the fact that when Israel attacked, he helped set it up. Shamkhani was killed in this attack, along with all the other negotiators. Trump killed the damn Iranian negotiating team. Now, who the hell is going to trust Donald Trump anymore? I don't. And no one should. And
that
no
speech that he gave in Saudi Arabia, which we praised. He condemned neocons. He condemned Western military adventurism in the Middle East and said he was a president of peace. It was a lie, a deception, and a plot.
100%. This isn't just about lulling the Iranian government to a false sense of complacency and security and belief. He did it to the American people. This man is a disgrace, a walking disgrace. He doesn't deserve the respect of the American people. I'm somebody who said he's the commander in chief. We have to support this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to get us involved in a war in Iran that could very well lead to the use of American nuclear weapons against targets that cannot be destroyed with anything other than American nuclear weapons. I just want to show you how serious this is. I've had conversations with very senior Russian officials who are in on the thinking inside Moscow. Russia has made it clear that they will not be the first nation ever to use tactical nuclear weapons. That's not in their game. They're not going to do it. But once tactical nuclear weapons are used, especially by the United States, it's all bets are off. If we drop a nuke on Iran, Russia will drop nukes on Europe. That's a guaranteed outcome. A guaranteed outcome. This is how stupid this man is. This is how stupid his advisors are. There are smart people out there who know Russia, who understand nonproliferation, who understand the reality of nuclear weapons, and he's not talking to any of them. Instead, he has a battalion ops officer named Hegseth talking to him, who knows nothing about grand strategy. He has, Marco Rubio, who's just apparently, has fantasies about going to war with Russia, with Iran, with everybody, China, advising him not just as a Secretary of State, but as the national security advisor, dual-hatted in a role that is unconstitutional as it is unfathomable. Donald Trump is not just a disappointment, Judge. He's a disgrace as an American leader, and as a human being. He's a straight-up liar who can never again be trusted and never should again be given the benefit of the doubt.
Do you think that Netanyahu has boxed him in, or do you think that he was in on all of this from the beginning and that everything that we're seeing has been planned, with the possible exception of the ferocity of the Iranian response, about which I will ask you more in a little bit, that all of this was planned?
That I don't know. I don't know because, again, the way he did this, I fundamentally think that Donald Trump is a coward and a morally weak man. And what I mean by that is he gets led around and influenced by people. He doesn't stand for anything. He doesn't have a core of steel. He's not, the great leader that everybody makes him out to be. He's a fundamentally weak man who may in his heart of hearts believe that he wants peace, but is unable to deliver because he can't stand up to people when they stand up to him. So there's a possibility that some of the things he said, he believed at the time he said it. But as we get close, to closing the deal, this is the deal maker, the greatest businessman the world has ever seen. He sucks because he can't close the deal of peace. And therefore he gets manipulated in the cause of war. And that's what's happening here. He is being led down a path to the destruction of the United States of America because he's not strong enough to stand up and defend the very principles he articulated when he ran for president. Principles premised on peace, avoiding conflict, seeking out normalization of relations. These are difficult paths. Real men could do it. Real women could do it. He's not a real man. He's a coward. He's an intellectual, moral coward who can't, finish the job. He can't close the deal. And this is where we're at.
Here